Hey folks, I'm making this video because some of my reels have taken off on other channels besides YouTube, and I've been getting some very silly comments from people asking about the camo on the lens, the actual lens cover. Now, first of all, before you ask, mine came free with the lens when I bought it in Hong Kong, so I can't give you a recommendation of where to buy this particular one. So some of these comments included, what's he doing, taking photos of birds or going into combat? That helps in no way to take bird photos. Yeah, that's the kind of stupid stuff I was hearing. Therefore, I decided a little video was in order to explain things. As is per usual, when I'm going to explain something, I look into if there are any other advantages or things I hadn't thought about. Sure enough, I did find some other benefits, and there were ones that I already used and just it slipped my mind. I took them for granted. Now, first of all, obviously, it breaks up the geometric shape of a lens. I'm not going to take all this off to show you. You know what a white lens looks like. If I move this around in space, it blends in really well with the environment. If I zoom out, this one doesn't have the soft cover, which covers that white bit there. So if that is going around like that, the bird's probably going to see that white. So any white sections or even black sections that are shiny on a camera lens can catch glimpses of the sun's reflection and scare the bird off. This is a very light torch on the back of the phone, and it is causing reflections. Now imagine the very strong sunlight. Next up, the sound silencer. This was one I took for granted, but it's definitely true. Now, when you're walking around with things hanging off you, binoculars, all your gear, tripods, you're constantly bumping into things, you're knocking your camera. If you're somewhere in nature that's extremely quiet, the lightest tap of something metallic or plastic is going to scare wildlife away. So let's go for my flask, which is, metal. Okay, white section of the lens, right? And then the neoprene. What a difference. Okay, that alone is a big reason to have the cover. And obviously, over time, thousands of extra little taps that aren't as dampened by the neoprene cover will surely cause some sort of damage to the internal structure. Next up, extremes of temperature. Obviously, if you've got a bare barrel with no neoprene cover, this will get very cold in the winter and very warm in the summer. And for those extremes, it's not going to be very nice to touch if you're wearing fingerless gloves or no gloves in winter. And obviously in summer, nobody's wearing gloves. There's also a little minor thing to that, which is it reduces rapid temperature shocks, going from a warm car to a cold environment or a cold environment into a warm environment, and suddenly there's condensation and fogginess. It does reduce that. It might not be massively noticeable, but it does have an impact. Now, this is a massive one. Arguably one of the most important reasons is keeping the camera from scratches, grease, damage, things like that. You might drop your tea onto it. You might drop some food onto it. A gull might poop on you. This is not only protecting your lens, but also, if you put it up for sale one day, nobody's going to buy it if it looks like it's been through a war zone. Now, this is a very important one to me, although I can't say I've tested it to see what the difference is. Having some sort of a cover like this is obviously going to minimize or reduce at least the noise coming from the image stabilizer. Whenever I record in a quiet environment, it picks it up in the audio. Now, I have Audacity software which can reduce it a small amount, but doesn't get rid of it completely. One day I might do a test. I'll record at the same audio level, the same subject, with and without the cover, and then see what the waveform is or the equalizer. The microphone is obviously mounted very close to the camera here. Ideally, I'd need to have it off camera, but just for convenience, it's right there. Next up is going to be better grip. Obviously, that can get very slippery. Humidity, sweat, rain, anything that's been splashed on it, grease. This, much better grip. An unusual one is lowering the human profile. When thieves see a big white or black lens with gold or red bands around it, it screams expensive equipment. If you've got camo cover on some of your equipment, especially if it covers a logo, that can deter criminals because they just think it could be some utilitarian outdoor equipment. Downsides, it does move around a little bit. You get used to it. I do a lot of manual focus with this ring that I've put on myself, and it does rub up against the one that's covering the buttons for the image stabilizer and the autofocus. Sometimes I go to press the button and it's hidden. So where is it there? And then sometimes it's around there like that. And as you do this more and more, it just becomes muscle memory. Sometimes I'll go, okay, right, it's moved a bit down there. I'll just shift it down a bit up there. I'll feel for the lip going over and then move it back into place. You just got to get used to adjusting everything, a bit like the dot sight. People have been asking about that. That takes constant adjustment. It's just what you got to do. Okay, now we've answered the idiots. That's probably a bit unfair, but that's what they are. I'm sorry. Can't help you there. This is where we end the video and ask you, do you have any other suggestions that I've completely missed? See you in the next one.